Superman and Lois, Season 3, Episode 2. Okay, what was this episode? I didn't hate it at all. It's a good episode, strong acting performances from everybody, but I'm just left to wonder, what a weird choice this episode made that I don't understand why we're doing it, and I don't know if a show on this network can pull off what they're going for. Very strange episode. It gave us some interesting things, some simple things that were obviously like, okay, yeah, we didn't know what to do with these characters. Like the kids going to a party in Metropolis, most of this episode takes place in Metropolis, which makes me think we're definitely getting that CW budget because we canceled all the other shows coming over to us to make this the last holdout of that CW era. That's kind of cool, because sure as shit didn't go to Gotham Knights. So cool. That's kind of fun, I guess. The kids separately go to parties. Sarah and Nat are going to go to a party because Nat's like, well, there was this guy in my old world that was kind of hot. Let's see if he's here. And then Jordan is kind of depressed that he still likes Sarah, so John's like, hey, my ex-girlfriend's going to a party. We should go. So the kids go to a party. And it turned out to be very CW party. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know what I'm signing up for half the time when I watch this show. So if we need to do like the rigmarole of like, here's some awkward teenagers flirting, staring at each other, Sarah's getting a little more aggressive and being like the wing woman, getting like, Natalie to talk to other guys and people. Turns out the guy she liked was kind of a dick. And the other guys show up, Jordan spills a drink on some guy, him and Sarah play some beer pong, admitting they want to be friends, and they win the day. It's cool. It's fun. I have no complaints about that. It was just exactly what I expected. A bunch of little kids. I say little kids, they all look like they're 20 years old. Just shown up to a house. John accidentally kisses, or his ex-girlfriend accidentally kisses him, and he makes the smart choice being like, I can't do this. But she's like, why do you think I invited you here? What are you doing? Like, good for him. I really thought they were going to go the shitty route that he was going to, like, cheat. He seems like that kind of kid, not going to lie. I'm kind of glad they didn't go that route where he's like, no, I have morals. My dad is Superman. He would kill me if I cheated on my girlfriend. That's kind of fun. I like that. Natalie meets a nice guy because she attended college for one day, and the guy went to that college, and he was like, you are cool. And I'm like, I've seen that kid before. Now, I didn't look it up where he's from. Is the kid that is interested in Nat one of the characters or one of the actors from AP Bio? Was he the guy that like kind of started like the AP Bio thing when he like first joined? He like went to the classroom. I think that was him. Cool, I'm for it. Everyone kind of wins. They head back after there's an incident in Smallville because the mayor, the ex-mayor, George, was murdered by onomatopoeia. There's literally just like a concussive shotgun blast to his chest, but no bullets. And he dies. And Lana's like, holy shit, I was on the phone with him. I don't know what's happening. So she wants to figure out like where Sarah is because Sarah lied that says she was going to Nats. They went to a party. You know how teenagers are. She meets John Henry again, and uh-oh, the sparks are a-flying, aren't they? It's cool, man. I'm all for that. Kyle's got his own thing going on. Him and Chrissy have some fun moments. Oh, man, my favorite moment of the episode is when Kyle and Chrissy are talking, and she's like, I remember when he was elected, I was in the 3rd grade. And you see Kyle, like, doing the mental math in his head, like, you were in the 3rd grade when he was elected. How old was I? Oh, so funny. I love Kyle. I like that those two are getting more to do. That's very exciting. We're expanding the cast a lot more this season with a lot of people getting other things to do because John Henry goes to help Lana figure out something that happened. Maybe that's connected to whatever's going on to George. They find like a note on like the town seal. It's like a USB drive. They go to plug it in a laptop. Onomatopoeia comes in to attack them. They get concussed. Very cool. I like that the face mask changes when Onomatopoeia uses their powers. We also hear them talk. Very interesting. Like, it's kind of cool because it could be like any voice they want, I guess. So doing something different with it. Okay, I'm all for it. Let's see what you got for me. What else is going on? Crazy stuff. Kids go to a party. Kyle's like, oh shit, you're way younger than me. That's concerning. Lana and John Henry have a connection. Onomatopoeia does stuff, but this is a show called Superman and Lois. What are the two leads up to? This episode starts kind of after Lois receives the news from last episode. I kind of predicted, oh, she's going to be sick, and it's going to be connected to the stuff that is like poisoning the characters. Yeah, that's what's going to happen. You know, because Henry Miller was terminally ill when he gained his powers, and he had them. I think that's what's going to happen with Lois, because guess what? Lois has breast cancer. Look, I don't know how to criticize this because it's so specific a thing that they are doing in this season. Bitsy played it great. She knew exactly how to commit to that, how to say certain things. That is just like a woman talking herself off the ledge. They do like the iconic All-Star Superman scene, but instead of Superman talking a young woman off the ledge, saying like the lines like it's okay, like there's actually hope in the world and that kind of stuff, it's Lois talking to like the DA of like, you know, of Metropolis, trying to get her to come down because she's going to kill herself after everything's outed with Bruno Mannheim. And I'm like, that's kind of cool. Lois getting that moment. And that is when Superman learns that his wife has cancer. In a beautiful moment, Bitsy is so good at just presenting those moments of gravitas in like defeat and like angst. She is so good at doing that and made it work really well. My main problem is, how the ever-loving hell are you going to authentically pull this off if this, like, we have done emotional weight after emotional weight for this moment. Bitsy is distanced in every scene she is in. She tells her husband it is heartbreaking. Everyone is upset with her. The episode ends with her confronting her kids, and they all share like a sad moment together. How are we going to pull this off? Because we can't kill her, right? We're not going to actually kill Lois. We have to authentically show this is a terrible thing that has happened to her, that has ruined her life and has made her vulnerable and upset, while still portraying that as like a realistic thing and not like space cancer or like Superman cancer stuff. You cannot have that emotional ending and then have everything else that came through it, you know? You have to stick the landing on that. I don't know if the show can do that. I hope it does, because that is a very interesting angle to play, and an angle that has been explored in comic books before. A character getting cancer is not a new thing in comic books. It has been around for a very long time. The characters sometimes die and then come back to life, but she is a title character, Superman and Lois. Are they going to kill Lois? I doubt it. I think they're going to give her superpowers. I really think the sad truth of it all is that this is going to end with Lois getting some sort of, the cancer is going to affect her cells somehow, and she is going to gain superpowers, and we're going to have like a Superman and Superwoman thing happen. Now, maybe I'm completely wrong on that, and they're going to have like an actual satisfying ending, but I don't know. I don't buy that being the case. I just can't see that happening. So it's a really, really interesting angle that they just played up. I know Bitsy and Tyler were like talking about it on Twitter and Instagram, like this is an episode that reveals a big thing. And I'm just like, oh man, that is a really big thing and a weird thing to reveal for this show. Because it's like, what else do you do now? What else can we realistically do now that's different? I don't know. It's so strange to me. A strange thing to reveal. But they both play it off great. It's good to see Lois and Clark doing some investigative journalism, you know, talking to the DA, trying to get her to be like, can you just like talk to us about this thing before these people show up and try to get you not to be a part of this? So she wants to kill herself. We have the iconic moment like that. We also have Superman go meet Bruno Mannheim. A lot of cool stuff in that moment where he's like, I'm not Lex Luthor and I'm not Morgan Edge. I rose from the tops here. Like, I was a guy who built himself up in this community in the suicide slums, which is really cool that they referenced that. Did they reference it last episode? I can't remember. But he's the guy that's like, look, I'll let you have this little moral victory of coming into my home and telling me that I gave powers to Henry Miller. Sure, you could do that, but you have no proof, and I haven't confessed to anything, even if I did. I'm a businessman. I'm a person who's worked his way up in Metropolis. I love the idea that he is like, I'm helping this community, and you are putting out fires. And it's just like, yeah, I'm actually doing something to change the world. Well, all you're doing is preventing it from changing in that way. You're stopping people from destroying it. You're not changing it. that is a really good moral complex thing to deal with. Well, Superman doing this in this whole season, really. Not just this episode, but this whole season. His wife is sick. He wants to find a way to change that, but all he's doing is finding ways to stop something from happening. It's a really good moral dilemma for Clark to be on in this episode and this season. Kind of cool. The effects look fantastic. Again, a lot of good flying effects, a lot of cool stuff. We reference Fall Guys, but we call it Stumble Guys because we probably couldn't get the licensing for that. We install security into Lana's home. Does she know where he's from? I can't remember if she knows where John Henry's from. She must. And that is when, like, Bruno Mannheim's guys were like, John Henry Irons is still alive. Oh, shit, we killed him, but no, he's alive. That's a really cool idea. Somebody finally recognizing him. Something for him to do. Okay. I'm sold again. Let's do it. But there's the cancer plot, so I don't know. I want to be like, this is going to be a really powerful arc for the show. I just don't know if it is. I don't know if they can authentically hold that together. But we'll see. We will see. Still a fun show. So that is going to do it for this review of Superman and Lois. Now be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.